Hello there everyone, I'm the Groovy One, and I'm about to play some Factorio. So I'm not going to do anything fancy, I'm going to leave everything default, except for the research queue. I want that to be available. Just a few randomizations of the seed, and I'm going to take a big long look at the map preview so I know where all the uranium is. I'm just kidding. I never look at the map preview. We all know that's a lie. So the first thing you gotta do when playing Factorio is pick a color. I'm gonna go with this color. The default background for Windows 95 desktop. Now I'm gonna get rid of this because it makes us look bad having our ship destroyed. And yeah, someone could walk by and they'll see that we can't fly a spaceship. I can turn that on, that's useful, it just shows you what's inside things. Collect all this little bits of iron that are left in the ship parts. And we're going to start a new life as a factory worker. There's some bugs up there. There's a lot of iron nearby. Pretty good starter patches. These two are touching each other, which is kind of gross, but that's fine. There's bugs right there, so I'll have to deal with them pretty quickly. Let's go check them out. There they are. There's a worm here. One base, and just the guys that spawn that hang around. That's not going to be too big of a deal to deal with. It's not going to be the most fun because all I have is a pistol. And I'm going to want to get rid of them pretty quickly. Well, there's no time limit in this game, especially right at the beginning. The only time constraint is how much pollution you produce. If it catches up to the bugs, they get pissed off. Right now I'm looking for rocks, in case you're wondering. But yeah, that's the only time constraint is how much pollution you're producing. You got to keep ahead of that and keep ahead of the bugs, being able to fend them off. And you'll also need to take them out if you want to expand, so you'll need to keep up with that. There's not a lot of fish in this water. Fish will heal you. It's good to have a bunch. 20 will be enough. Because I'll definitely need those if I'm going to try and fight bugs with a pistol. But they're kind of overpowered. They have like 2 seconds of consumption speed, but every 2 seconds it heals you 80 health. I don't actually know how much health you have, but they do heal a good chunk of health. And you can use them every 2 seconds. So as long as you don't get completely surrounded by a huge group of bugs and have worms firing at you from all directions, you should be able to survive from just fish. Just tank the damage. So let's get started with our mining. Okay, there's only 4 iron in here. I'm going to get rid of this. Because it's not worth moving the mining drill up 1 tile, because it'll get a lot less resources. See, here it's 419, here it's like less than half that. So that's how I'm going to do my iron at the start. So it's rather unfortunate that I didn't find any rocks. That means I don't have any stone or coal. Those are 2 important resources. All the resources are pretty important, so I can make a few things at the start. Like I can make electricity, I can make mining drills, furnace, I can even make science if I wanted to. But since there's no coal, I'm going to collect a bunch of wood. Put a little bit in here. I might as well put double the amount in the drill. The drills, I believe, use twice as much fuel as the furnaces. So now that I got some iron, I can make more mining drills. No, I can't. I need stone. Fortunately, there's some right here. Because each mining drill takes a furnace, and the furnace takes 5 stone. Before I put more on the iron, I'm going to put a couple on the coal. Because I want to have coal coming in before I start putting a bunch of mining drills down. So 2 of those, I can create a coal loop. I guess that'll do. There we go, we have a coal loop. A really small coal loop, but it'll get us started. Next, I'll get stone. Like, I'll get a steady supply of stone. And then I'll just work on expanding from there, and then I'll also need copper. For the stone, I'll just get a wooden one's all I need, a chest. And I'll put just a couple of drills there. Might as well get some coal for that one. It's much more efficient of a fuel than wood. There, now I'll have a steady supply of coal. Or stone, I mean. I've been saying coal a lot, so it's stuck in my head. So this is how you start. You just slowly build up coal-powered things. until you have until you have a lot of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff. You want some research and defense before you go beyond the first phase. I'm gonna put a couple more on coal for now. See, I gotta watch out for my pollution now because it's starting to spread. You can see the red part is the pollution. You can shut it off on over here. Now, yeah, once I get a little bit more of an iron production going on, I'll start making ammo. Because I think I want like 80 magazines. So let's double my coal production. Because I need this coal for the iron now. Quadruple the iron. Adding a little bit of extra math to it. Q lets you pick up whatever you're highlighting. It's very useful. You can put things down here in the hotbar, whatever you want. Everyone will develop their own way of organizing that. A lot of people put things they build frequently down there, like conveyor belts, which makes the most sense. There we go. You can hold Z to drop one thing at a time. Let's get some copper going, and then I'll fight the bugs. As the pollution's getting close, they're not going to be happy about that. There's also some up here. Let's go to the copper, it's down here. Throw a couple of drills on it, I guess up here. But yeah, Z drops one thing on the ground, or it'll drop it in the item or the building you hover over. So you can get coal in your hand and hold Z and just do that. Just be careful you don't push it on the ground or it'll just drop it. You have to either right click it or hold F near it. It probably explains that in the tutorial, but so I think I'm ready to start making ammo. Almost. I don't have any iron. I'll put my fish in the hotbar just so I can heal easily. There's also a mod that you can get that allows you to evenly distribute stuff into things. Only problem is that will disable Steam achievements. So if you care about them, you probably don't want to use a mod. But there are some great mods for this game. I just started playing the space exploration mod pack. This is, I don't know if it's a mod pack, but it's a set of mods that lets you go to space. Makes everything more confusing. I'll need some light armor. So now I'm just waiting for iron to produce. And then I'll go fight the bugs down there. Because they'll absorb the pollution, and the more pollution they absorb, the more they decide they'll build an attack force. And they'll gather up a group of bugs. And they'll send them after your base, and they'll try and destroy everything. I might be able to do it with 40 magazines, but I'm not going to risk that. I don't want to die. Research. Automation will be the first priority because that's the whole point of a factory. This is the research queue that I changed at the beginning. It lets you queue up a bunch of science. I want turrets for defense, military for offense. Logistics is important. I like to work my way to fast inserters pretty early on. And then green science, because I want to use the fast inserters for the green science setup. All of this requires just red science. There's a bunch of different colors of science. Eventually we'll be mass producing each of them. So that's 50. We're almost there. Meanwhile, there's not too much I can do until those bugs are gone, because if I go any bigger, the pollution is just going to spread faster and they'll start attacking you. Put some coal in all the low ones. If you hold control, that's how I'm doing that, or just control with something in your hand will put it in the object. If there's nothing in your hand, it'll take from the object. So that's what I do over here, is hold control, drag my mouse over these. Now I'm just waiting for iron. So next, after we kill those bugs, I'm just going to work on expanding my factory to, if you could even call it a factory, it's more like a mining site. But I'm going to expand that to a good amount, how I like it. This wouldn't normally be an issue, but because the bugs are so close, I don't want to put down too much stuff before I get a means to defend myself. They're just about to start sucking up the pollution. I should be okay as long as I stick around to fight them off. Yeah, that'll be enough. Normally I would save here in case I die, but I'm going to try to avoid doing that. I'm going to play like a man this time. So I'm just going to shoot the bugs and hope I don't die. Hold the fish in my hand, so all I have to do is click to heal. I'll take out that worm first, because they're going to do a lot of damage if I don't deal with it. They're not too hard to avoid, the worms. They shoot where you're going to be. The mods I have on my other file I think they kind of buffed the bugs a little bit. I feel like the worms' projectiles travel faster, so they're harder to avoid. But this is really like a good way to deal with the bugs if you start right next to them. And it's kind of tedious. Like, it really sucks if there was like three bases instead of just one. It would be making a lot more bugs. So yeah, 40 magazines would have been enough. But better safe than dead. Well, once I stop, now that I've stopped fighting, I'll heal. I think that's a good amount of iron right now. I can make not much, but I can make some power. I'll need some of those. I'll need an offshore pump. A pump to get the water, boilers to turn it into steam, and then the steam engines to use the steam to generate electricity. I should be making all these though. 8 more for the iron. I think the stone's fine with 2. I could put more here. Also, I don't want to collect all the stone, I just want 10 stacks will be enough. And I'll need a lot for the coal. I want to have like 16 of them, so that's 12 more. Then 2 more for the copper. And that'll be a good setup. It'll get me a lot of materials. If you right click, it'll do 5 at a time. So I want like that. Or if you shift click, it'll do them all. I think that's enough. 18, 19, 20. I need 8 furnaces, 10 furnaces for everything. So I'll just double click the right mouse button. There's something oddly satisfying about doing that. I like the click sound that it makes. Now we have a huge coil loop. And this will fill up over time, and I'll just be able to run over here and grab a ton of it. That was all my furnaces. I didn't count them properly. Or my drills, I mean. I will need more furnaces now. Yeah, I can go there. I was going to put it here, but I'd rather put it on the left. This will produce us plenty of coal for everything. Over time, we'll be able to fill them all right up. Wonderful. This will speed things up having a lot of machines. I could put even more down and it'll go even faster, but it would just produce more pollution and piss more bugs off. Just make as much ammo as I can. And I'll have to take out the bugs up here. But there's a lot more of them up here, so this will be a bit more of a challenge. Just keep running away so they don't surround me. And now that I've taken out the big chunk of them there, I should be able to keep them under control. You see, that does like a third of my health, that fish. And as long as I keep zigzagging around, the worms will have a hard time getting me. Of course, inevitably they're going to get me a little bit. And they leave little pools of acid on the ground, so it's hard to walk, so you have to keep like circling around. But yeah, these worms could fuck you up pretty easily. I should be fine if I keep going in circles. I've never thought of that before, but this is working pretty good. The worms can't do shit like this. There we go, I killed one of them. Oh no, I killed two of them actually. I didn't even notice I killed the first one, I was too busy walking around in circles. Now that this worm's almost dead. Yeah, it's dead now. I'll have a lot easier time killing the bugs now. In fact, I'm going to put my fish away because I'm that confident in my abilities. Yeah, this is quite tedious, as I said before. But is it necessary? I don't know. I mean, I could just fight them off as they come at the base. But I prefer to prevent the problem from even happening in the first place. And sometimes, like, normally when they first attack you, they'll send like a few bugs. But sometimes they just wait and wait and wait until they build up a giant army, and you don't even know they're about to attack you, and they just send a massive army on their first attack, and that's caught me off guard a couple times, so now I like to go overboard on my turrets. And I like to take them out before they get the pollution. But I think I'm gonna end it here. As soon as I destroy this, I'm gonna cut the episode. Oh, he didn't even want to fight me. He's like, oh, that guy's powerful. I better run away. Alright, thanks for watching everyone, I appreciate it, and keep it groovy.